All right, we've had to shift focus because we have more updates coming in on this story. This is news of the Enforcement Directorate that is assisting in the investigations as we speak, led by the NIA. We're learning that the raids are being directly monitored by the Home Ministry. The teams are investigating the PFI's finances, and they are very much, as we've already told you, assisting the NIA, the National Investigative Agency, in the operation. The ED's already shared critical information, especially related to the PFI's finances that they allege are coming in from Gulf countries. Now, I have my colleague Ashish Mehrishi. He's with us live this morning to bring us context on this entire story. Ashish, finally, we are being able to share with our audiences how the Enforcement Directorate is assisting with this entire investigation. Could you bring us more details, and could you share with us the larger allegations that the ED is making when it comes to these Hawala transactions?
So, the Enforcement Directorate basically looks at the money trail, and we all know that there was, the entire finances of PFI which was being looked at by the Enforcement Directorate. My sources in the ED tell me that the information, especially related to PFI finances, was shared with the Government of India. The government basically got worried because the money was coming from Gulf countries, especially the money was coming from UAE, Oman, Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, and many more Gulf countries, and ultimately this money was coming through Hawala channels. In fact, there were district executive committees that was basically formed to bring this money into India. So my sources in the ED tell me that yes, this basically, the entire crackdown has happened only after the government decided to look at the report of the Enforcement Directorate. The Enforcement Directorate shared each and every detail with the government, especially related to how the finances, especially through Hawala channels, was landing into India, and ultimately it was being used for nefarious activities by PFI. So that is why the Government of India decided to make this big crackdown. Obviously NIA has its own role, but after the government got really worried because the money of around 120 crore rupees that landed into the account of PFI, the money that came into the PFI account, and that there was basically layering after layering to hide and basically camouflage as genuine business activities. Then the government basically got worried on how this money is being used ultimately for anti-India activities, that this crackdown has happened today. So as of now, we all know that more than 100 arrests, to 106 arrests to be precise, that has happened till now. And certainly, it's like from the top to the bottom of PFI that this crackdown has happened, and we are already seeing some protest in different parts of the country, but certainly a big time action, because the government believes that action needs to be taken because the finances of PFI was basically used for activities which were against India.
Okay, Ashish, stay with us. For our audiences, I now want to take you to the ground where we have colleagues who are going to be bringing us reports from each of the cities. Remember, these raids have been taking place against and in PFI spaces in more than 13 states. First, let's go